High above the turquoise waters of Montego Bay stands Rose Hall, a mansion of elegance, wealth, and whispers. Once the crown jewel of Jamaica's sugar empire, its walls now echo with a darker legend, the story of Anni Palmer, the White Witch of Rose Hall. She was not born on the island. Annie came from far across the sea, born to English parents, but raised in the shadows of Haiti. Orphaned young, she was raised by a Haitian nanny who introduced her to the forbidden arts of voodoo. By the time Annie reached womanhood, she was as dangerous as she was. As she was beautiful, she arrived in Jamaica with fire in her eyes and darkness in her soul. Marrying John Palmer, the wealthy owner of Rose Hall, she quickly claimed her throne as mistress of the estate. But love in her world was a fleeting, deadly thing. John was the first to die, his end sudden and mysterious. Not long after, she married again, then again. 3 husbands, each dead within a year. Some whispered of poison, others of smothering spells. Each time, Annie buried them quickly, coldly, and moved on. But it wasn't just her husbands who feared her. The enslaved Africans on the plantation trembled at her name. They said she rode through the cane fields at night on a black horse, her dress blood red, her laughter sharp as blades. In a hidden chamber beneath the house, she practiced her rituals, speaking with spirits, summoning shadows, and weaving curses like thread. Annie took young enslaved men as lovers. When she grew tired of them, they vanished. Some said she killed them to protect her secrets. Others believe their spirits were trapped within the walls of Rose Hall, moaning through the corridors when the wind howled. Then came to Taku, a wise man among the enslaved, whose grandson was taken by Annie and never returned. Taku had watched, waited, learned her ways, and on a night when the moon was full and her charms lay dormant, he crept into her room with vengeance in his heart. She died screaming in her bed. They buried her near the house, sealed her grave with crosses, and performed old rites meant to trap her spirit forever. But still, the haunting never stopped. Visitors say her ghost walks the hall's bail, silent, dressed in white. Lights flicker without cause. Doors slammed by unseen hands. Cold air curls down the staircase where she once stood in life. And sometimes, if you listen closely, her voice floats through the air. Come closer, I've been waiting. Whether Anni Palmer was truly a witch, a murderer, or simply a woman shrouded in myth, her name still chills the blood. The White Witch of Rose Hall never left, and the house still remembers. They thought it was over. Anni Palmer was dead, struck down in her own bed by those who feared her power. Her grave was sealed with salt, crosses, and old prayers whispered in trembling voices. They believed her spirit was bound forever. But the soul never settled. Strange things began to happen. At Rose Hall, footsteps echoed through empty corridors. Candles flickered back to life after being snuffed out, and at night, the house whispers soft, breathy voices rising from the walls. Some workers refused to stay past sunset. Others claimed they saw her Annie standing in the window, dressed in white, eyes like hollow moons. No one said her name aloud anymore. Then came the girl. Was found one morning at the top of the grand staircase, silent, Tale she hadn't been there the night before. She didn't speak, she only pointed at the portrait of Anni Palmer and cried. A historian once dared to stay the night at Rose Hall. He said he was searching for truth. The next morning, he left with torn notes, wide eyes, and nothing more to say. Some believe Annie was never buried at all. They whisper that her body vanished before the rites were finished, that her remains were hidden and still lie beneath the great house, guarded by something older than death. On certain nights, under a full moon, they say you can hear her horse galloping through the cane fields, her laughter riding the wind, her red dress flashing between the trees. And if you ever find yourself alone in Rose Hall, if the candles go out and you hear a voice behind you say, "Come closer," don't move. She's already there. Like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell for more haunted legends from Jamaica and beyond.